talking today about near-death experiences, and now we have the story of Nancy Rynes. Nancy grew up in a Midwestern Catholic family, but distanced herself from the church, and for years considered herself an atheist. But in 2014, something happened that made Nancy reevaluate her faith. We will meet her in a minute, but first, some of Nancy's story.
It was January 3rd of 2014. I'll never forget that morning. Everything. I see myself laying under the vehicle in pain, in screaming. I saw a woman struggling to hang on to life.
Nancy Rynes wrote about her story in her book, Awakenings from the Light, 12 Life Lessons from a Near-Death Experience. Welcome, Nancy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
So that moment you described as dual consciousness, was your heart still beating, or were you still alive in that moment?
I was still alive in that moment.
3 days later, you had a major surgery.
Right.
And what happened?
So during the surgery, my heart rate stopped for a brief time, and my breathing went to zero. My blood pressure dropped precipitously. And it was in that moment that I found myself waking up. And I thought, wow, this is great, because around me was this beautiful hillside surrounded by flowers and trees and a beautiful mountain range in the distance. And a sense of peace and love and welcoming that I had never felt before. And I knew something was different.
And like with Sherry, it wasn't panic, it wasn't fear,
No.
It wasn't scary.
No, not at all. No, I felt a little confused at first, and then I thought to myself, I must have died. I wonder if I died. But then if I did, why am I here? Because I don't believe in any of this.
Right, I'm an atheist. What's happening? Could it be I was wrong?
Exactly.
And what about that? Because you came back.
Right.
And what information did you take away from that? What lesson?
Well, I was welcomed in to heaven, what I call heaven, immediately. When I had that thought of, I wonder if I died, and if I did, why am I here? There was a welcoming voice that said, because you are my child. This is your home. Welcome home.
Was there hesitation about returning back here?
For me, yes.
Like you might have just stayed there.
There was a part of me that really wanted to stay because of the peace and the love. The love was incredible, and the connection to everyone and everything was incredible.
Do you live your life differently now as a result?
Completely differently.
How?
I actually take a lot more risks.
That's similar.
Not in a bad, like, put my body in danger way, but I realize that, again, I don't want to let fear run my life. I'm much more loving.
Much more loving.
Incredibly.